Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm outside, set up a little stand. Got a few of the bigger pieces out today. In the background there, it's really cool. It's my grandfather's pipe rack that's been handed down over the years. It's got a lovely memory. Always remember my granddad smoking his pipes. So yeah, once my mum passed away, bless her, a few years ago, I managed to say that yes, that's a nice memory. That's a nice hand-me-down. So that brings me on to what I want to talk about, really. Now, a couple of things first. That's the foxes. I know you see I do post shorts about the foxes, but I mentioned them in my video, one of my videos a couple of weeks ago. And I think you all know by now I've got a massive connection with nature. And I think my silver and my gold stacking mentality, I always see as a great reminder of what nature gives to us. So that's really cool that I've got those two common interests. Foxes are fine. It's a dead shame about their mum. But they ate well last night. They ate better than what I did. We was going to have steak for dinner, but we both felt really guilty and we chopped it up and gave it to the foxes, followed by two very nice big chicken thighs. So they ate well last night, which is really cool. But I'm going to include them in my post because I love nature, and I think, like silver and gold, it all comes from the same place. Nature is a big thing. And also, a little while ago, I was just having my lunch, flicking through YouTube, and I come across, I think it's the Cranky Stacker. I'll put his details in the description. And I was listening to him, American guy, and he was going through the Constitution, very relevant messages. And I didn't realise that in the Constitution, nature's mentioned a lot. So yeah, that really meant a lot to me. I ended up subscribing to his channel, so he's got some great messages, very patriotic. Yeah, interesting point of view. America's having a hard time, like most, but don't really know too much about it. But yeah, I wish you all well on the other side of the pond, and keep doing your thing. Stand up for what you want to stand up for, and yeah, keep nature at the forefront of everything. That's my message there. So anyway, getting back to this one, as you notice, I'm outside, so you'll hear I've just put a fat not a fat ball, you can buy them in blocks, suet blocks, out, and the starlings come down feeding their babies, and you can probably hear that racket in the background, blaring away. Sorry, just gonna move that, blaring away. So yeah, that's good. I'm not going to get rid of the background, because I think nature is very relevant at the moment with everything that's going on. Anyway, what was I thinking? Pipe rack memories, hand-me-downs. Reason why I stack. One of the reasons why I stack. Not only because I love the designs, and I look at it as quite a solid investment going forward, but you've heard me talk about I would like to hand things down to my children, and hopefully that gets passed down to my grandchildren. I've got a few little things that I like to keep from my grandchild at the moment. Just gonna have a sip of tea, and that's really cool. And yeah, that's part and parcel of the reason why I collect, because like my granddad did, he had a sweet memory. Oh, that's my sweet memory, or one of them, of my grandfather from years ago, when I was very, very tiny. Always remembered him smoking his pipe. So yeah, that got handed down to me. So hopefully what I've got in front of me gets handed down as time goes on. So yeah, that's really cool. I still haven't made up on my mind whether I like bars or coins. I'm really getting, as a bit of a side note, I'm really getting torn of, obviously you've seen like this DC Marvel, the DC comment, God, I haven't even had a drink, good grief. DC comic coin, the Flash recently, and what I love about all this is like the Stack Collectors channel. This is just opening my eyes up to what's out there, the interesting things that people do with their creations. We just ordered a wedding present for the bride and groom, which Backyard Bullion did for us and personalised, which was really cool. There's so much creativity out there, and it's so cool. And this is what I try and join the dots between nature art, stacking, and I'm loving this journey. I really am. I'm loving the connections between everything. I'm loving how it brings different people together, sometimes with a common cause, but they've got their own personal causes for doing things, and I think that's really cool to observe and record and put down in our own little history. Why? So yeah, that's what this lot means to me in front of me at the moment. Also can't believe how much that's sitting there is just, it's a massive amount of money. Hopefully that will continue. What it'd be worth in the future, if it ever needs to be sold in the future, what on earth would it be sold for? Who knows? I don't know. But it's so cool to have. I can just look at it for hours, which is what this is all about for me personally. When you look at that design on that Republic of Armenia coin, 10-ounce coin, it's just like beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The Britannia, lovely, absolutely lovely, in the gold and in the silver. So yeah, that's what this little setup reminded me of today. Sweet memories, great hand-me-downs, always thinking, always remembering. I think that's really important, especially nowadays. Ain't all about money, unfortunately. Most of the time it is. It's so cool just to disengage with it, and that's what I liked about that Cranky Stackers video that I watched. I think we have such a tendency to forget our past and our beliefs, and we become so focused on the now and what we can have now. That's no one's fault, it's just the way it's progressed. But yeah, as I'm getting older, I think memories are very important indeed. But I'm not going to be morbid. It's a lovely day. The birds are going mad, as you can hear the blackbird singing in the background, which is really cool. And yeah, I'll have to have a look at these a little bit more in detail, especially this a bit reflective on the outside. I don't know what it's doing, it's picking up my head and the camera really, but it's quite a stunning piece of design on there, and it feels lovely in the hand, nice and solid. I think I might have to take up what Cobra Stacker, he loves his 1 kilo coins. I've got to get one. I keep holding off. Maybe if my investments do well, I might chop a couple in and get some money, but then again I might not. I don't know. Might have to just save up for one. But yeah, they are super cool, and the detail on them is so much nicer to look at. Anyway, that's it for today. Might do a couple more shorts, but just wanted to let you know foxes are good. We'll look after them as best we can. Hopefully they survive and they become part of the channel more and more. Seem very popular, and I'm really hoping that connection with nature and the affiliation with a lot of people have got with nature will bring people to the channel and start looking at precious metals, and yeah, that's good for all of us. It is always good for all of us. So yeah, have a good day, have a good weekend, and now the pigeons have come for their food. Good grief, it's getting like a zoo in my garden, like a proper little nature reserve, which is kind of cool. Anyway, have a good weekend, look after yourselves, and looking forward to an interesting week in the markets next week. Will the debt ceiling get resolved? Who knows? I expect so. They love making this all a big drama, no doubt. Anyway, take care. See you later. Bye.